So hi, I'm Wes Platt. Welcome to this episode of The Route. We're talking about Transfinder, and with us today is Transfinder President and CEO Tony Civitella. And I've also got Julee Arnall from the Bakersfield City School System in California, a happy customer of Transfinder. Before we turn to Julee, Tony, kind of lay out what it is that Transfinder offers and what you do, and what products you have available.
That's great. Wes, I would appreciate the opportunity to have a conversation. And Julee, we're just saying you're definitely a rock star with your team at Bakersfield. We're really started as a routing company. And like my almost 13-year-old son said just last night, wow, Dad, sounds like Transfinder is not only a routing software company anymore, because of all the other products we've added. So that's a quote right from my son Alessio last night, because we have a lot of products that we're developing and have also released, really all around K-12 logistic and transportation, all of it, from routing to navigation to parent apps to district-wide communication, really GPS systems, analysis of data, and we're even now doing some work with the police department. But I think that's a whole different podcast.
And
yes, we're doing a lot of things.
What are the areas where you're seeing? I mean, obviously GPS tracking, knowing where your bus is and where your kids are on that bus is important. But are there other areas that Transfinder is starting to delve into or looking into the future, seeing as areas of concern that you want to look at?
Well, it's the attendance. So the thing about it is that, and by the way, districts have been taking attendance on a school bus for years, right? Just a normal clipboard that you have all the kids' name, a little checkbox, maybe Monday through Friday, and that way you get a sense of how many kids are actually riding the bus. And I tell you, the part that I never understood, how easy it can be done, because you have a sense of Listen, Julee and her team are going to do a great job on planning what the routes should be. We really don't know if that's what's really happening. If Julee packs the bus and puts 66 kids on that bus, we don't know if only 25 show up every single day. And let me tell you, if I'm a driver, I'm not going to go to Julee like, Julee, you told me I should have 66 kids, middle school kids, but I only get 25 showing up every day. Why don't you pack it? Usually I want to go, Julee, great job. I'm good. So taking attendance, you really get an idea how many kids are actually taking the bus. You could then overfill the bus, right? That's really the idea. Think about it. We believe that airlines have done it. They've mastered it. The JFK to LA flight they know how many people will show up, how many people will miss the plane. They know it. And that's why every single seat is packed today, because you want every seat be accounted for. And so that's why take attendance, but it's a lot of work. So as we're really bringing out some really amazing technology with an RFID card, with a reader, and all that is live. But let's not forget safety. A lot of drivers today are not the normal driver. It's a substitute driver. So they don't know that little Tony's supposed to get on at this stop or get off at another stop. Now, with a kid using a card to swipe to get off, the driver could go, hey, Tony, I don't know where you are, but this is not your stop. So go back in the seat. And those are things that, because so many new drivers are on there, of course, the substitute driver issues with the driver shortage.
Mm-hmm.
We need a good way to make sure that are we picking up the right kids? Are we dropping them off the right location? And by the way, a lot of time it's very innocent. It could be a kindergarten kid. They're not sure. We can't have the driver, hey, Tony, where are you supposed to get off at? Can you imagine a kindergarten kid? Think over there. And we've all heard the story. So technology is just to make it easier. And we also want to talk about driver shortage. We know it's like everyone talks about it. I can't wait for the day that we don't talk about it anymore. But as an employee, you want to feel like you're working for a place that is advanced. They're really embracing technology. And so everybody talks with each other. I mean, all this data is out there. So if you work for a school district that maybe they're a little bit behind with technology, it might not be a bragging right. It might be like, I'm not sure if I'm going to go there. But if you are embracing this technology, please put that as part of your help wanted. Hey, we have the latest technology out there. And so it could also be an amazing recruiting tool. And we've seen it.
Excellent. All right. Well, let's pivot real quick over to Julie Arnall. She's, as I mentioned, Bakersfield City School District in California. And Julie, how long have you all been using Transfinder?
We're at about 6 years. We started with Transfinder Pro about 6 years ago. We had maps and pins prior to that. We moved to Plus as soon as it was available for general distribution. Took the online classes during COVID. We did the online classes, practiced with our own data while we took the class, started routing our summer a couple weeks later, threw away Pro, ran to Plus. Everyone said to overlap for 6 months. We overlapped for about 3 weeks. And we ran with it. It's a fantastic program. It's very, very easy.
How have you found it's helped you from an efficiency standpoint with your routing, and also with, as Tony was mentioning, the driver shortage? Has it been beneficial there, kind of helping, slim things down, streamline?
For multiple reasons. So we run about 13 to 1,500 special needs children a day, plus between 30 and 50 regular ed bus routes, depending on the year and what our staffing has been like. So when we moved, we needed to downsize. We needed to find routes. So it was easier with Transfinder to be able to pull it up on the screen, look at what we had. We were able to send screenshots or print the screen to a PDF, send it to principals, superintendents, whoever needed to see it. And they could see where the stops were, where the children lived, how far it was from the school, train tracks, highways, so they can understand what we were eliminating and why. And we're able to see where we need to add things for the same reason. We do not have children walk across a train track. We find that that's just not a best practice. So you can see that, and you may forget that that's the path they're going to walk. It may not be the only path, but it's the path a 12-year-old child is going to walk. Is the shortest path.
Yep, absolutely. Now, in what kind of learning curve was there for adopting the Transfinder product?
Pro was a challenge because we literally took our maps home and spent about 2 months with push pins mapping every child's address. And we came in, put rubber bands around them and built our routes and then typed it all. It took months to do our routes. With Pro, we moved it to probably half the time. We weren't very successful the first try. Took us a couple weeks. We got it fixed and we ran with it. And then when we moved to Plus, it was easy. I don't think anyone knew we changed to a different software. We knew. We were like, wow, this is really easy. 2 of us, I am the backup router. We had a router out on leave. A regular router and I did all of our summer routes during spring break, so in 4 days. It's crazy easy. Learning curve was just so easy to understand. And then we wrote our own letter using a format on Transfinder, so it's in the reports. You can write your own. Translated it, so we had it in 2 languages and sent it out. It was very, very easy. There's no sending anything in. We have our letterhead on it. It's easy.
Great. And when you do run into any kind of issues, how has it been getting support on the Transfinder side?
We email in. We'll email Transfinder and tell them we're having a problem, and then usually one of us will grab a phone and call, so they get us twice. We get a phone call within an hour to 2. We go through the problem. We've been doing this enough now that what we've discovered is they troubleshoot what we've already troubleshot, and then if they can't find the answer, they pass it up the chain to their next level. And within 24 hours, we have it resolved. We've had a couple things where we had a report break and it couldn't be fixed, but they called us back first thing in the morning and said, okay, we fixed your report. This is what we named it. It's ready for you. It was so broken, it couldn't be recovered. So we can't get that service from anybody.
I think the last thing I want to touch on with you is how has this helped you on a district level? As somebody who's an administrator going to the school board, reporting on the transportation efficiencies and everything, has this product helped in that regard, and how so?
Well, a great example, we're moving into our summer programming right now. Our children are divided into quadrants where they go to summer school. I was able to populate the map with the children in the each program, take a picture, send it to the special ed director and say, oh my gosh, we have kids all over town going to the wrong schools. We're going to have really long bus routes. As everyone in the entire US, we don't have enough drivers. They just don't come knocking on your door like they did 40 years ago. So we need our routes to be efficient, to have children living in the right areas, to be in the closest program to their home school. So to be able to show someone on a map who doesn't do logistics for a living, that's what I do. A teacher's main goal is to instruct our children. My main goal is to safely transport children to and from home. Our team works very hard to keep our routes that way.
Thank you so much for that information. I think it's very useful to other districts to kind of hear that story and how it's benefited your district and you as an administrator. Tony, was there anything else you wanted to touch on about, since she talked about the support and the experience that she's had as a customer, what do you go through in trying to get everybody trained up and get those personnel available to have that quick response time?
Those are very challenging. We've added significant amount of employees the past few years, and we've been very grateful that our clients have embraced the new product, Transfinder Plus. We're getting closer to 70% of our clients in 3 years that have transitioned to that new product. We have out of 2,200 clients, we have significant amount of clients that have come on board. That obviously anyone who's bought it since April 2020, they're only buying Plus. We're not selling Pro anymore. So and by the way, so far this year, we're getting close to 100 brand new clients that either had a competitive system, or there's still many, many clients out there that are using, pen and yarn and pen, push pins like Julee said. But it's for us to train our employees is very challenging. So we have a lot of level up programs, and really we have certifications for our clients, and we require that all of our service team get certified. So there's multiple certification on whether it's Plus. All products have a certification, and it's a self-paced. You take your time, and we have it through it's called community site. It's off our website that only clients have access, and there are thousands of hours of videos and documentation. But there's also areas that you could do a section, then there's a test, and at the end you get a little badge and you get certified. So our employees are going to interact with our clients have to be certified. Clearly we can't certify everybody the first day when they come on board, but obviously they're shadowing people. But that is the hardest challenge, to make sure that how do we somehow transfer information from someone who's been with the company for 4, 5, 6 years to someone who's brand new. And we are always looking for the brightest and the best out there, and we're hiring across the country. The requirements is you have to be just a smart individual. We have to tell you, I think we have a saying that it is easier to get into Harvard than at Transfinder. The number of interviews, the ratio of resume to interview to how many acceptance, we have a very small percentage. We're very peculiar because people like Julee expect, once we set the bar, and that's the bar, we have to stay there or above. And that's something that we pride ourselves. Hey, we're going to make some silly mistakes, and that's what companies do. And I think Julee knows, as long as we own it, we say, hey, we goofed up. It's our mistake. We're going to fix it. And that's something that we're going to do it. I'm going to apologize in advance. We're going to make some silly mistakes. That's what companies do. They try to avoid it, but if we make a mistake, we have to own it and let them know we goofed up. And we'll do our best not to let that happen again. And so we're human also. And technology is great when it works, right, Julie?
There's always those errors. There's always going to be errors, but when people own their mistakes, it's so easy to move forward.
That's right. And obviously, looking back, over 3 decades that I've been in this industry, our industry is extremely forgiving, especially when you're out there and you're there at the moment they need you. And I always tell my employees that a happy client will always be forgiven. They'll forgive us if they're happy. If they're not happy, they'll have no reason to ever forgive us. So that's really our motto. And it's our job to keep them happy, because there's a lot of competitors out there that will love to keep our clients happier.
Yep. Well, again, thank you both for taking the time, and I look forward to chatting with you again.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure.